Illawarra Mission in outback South Australia. As run down now as the local language, once forbidden to be spoken inside. Many nearby Aboriginal children were brought here, like Bangla man Harry Dare.
I was taken away when I was a kid, and I knew the language. I was just learning the language, and I was taken away when I was 3 years old. So I have no idea. I was in a boys' home for 12 years, myself and my two brothers.
Steve Atkinson's mother was brought here too, his only link to the Bangla language.
There's no doubt that this place contributed to my mother's, or the decline of the Bangla language for my mother, but I suppose to put it in perspective, it wasn't the missionaries that done that, it was government policy. Even though my mother came in speaking her language, Bangla language, fluently at 8-year-old, by the time she was 16 she left and she couldn't put a sentence together. But just the importance of that, to be able to have that back, couldn't even put it into words.
Words that fail him in English, let alone his ancestral past. Last century's forced adoption policies saw members of the stolen generation taken to places like this mission on the outskirts of Port Augusta, effectively putting distance between them and their language. But while Bangla fell silent in places like this, over in town there's a place where those words are coming back to life. Bangla's reclamation is beginning here at the old Port Augusta School of the Air. Gilhad Zuckerman, an Israeli-born linguist, is Professor of Endangered Languages at the University of Adelaide. His bold plan is to revive the language using the memories of the elders and a 170-year-old dictionary made by the first Lutheran missionaries.
Out of 250 languages, 93% of languages either fell asleep already, so they're hibernating, dormant like Bangla, or they are about to fall asleep. So they have some, let's say, some elders who speak it, but actually the youngsters do not speak these languages. So this is one of the world's records in linguicide. In other words, Australia probably is the worst place in the world when it comes to language hibernation or linguicide, language killing.
As seaside people, the Bangla once had many words for sea life. For example, multiple words for shark.
Dindu. Dindu. Let me write. Dindu. The sun is Dindu.
Here, the workshop participants even try to develop new words in language, like internet or computer. But the Bangla of Port Augusta are now a minority amongst minorities, with other tribes with other languages coming in from the north and from the east. So it's now more important than ever to grasp at the snippets still alive and to start piecing them together.
Coming back here and learning the language is something that I've always wanted to know my language, because I grew up knowing my father's side, which is Gugada, but I had no idea what my mother's side was. So I sort of, just reclaiming our language is going to do wonders for my self-esteem as a Bangla man,
The community here hopes they can revive Bangla in everyday situations like street signs, greetings, shopping for dinner, or the names of native animals.
When you reclaim a language, we have evidence that it actually empowers people. So it results in a personal empowerment. People without a language often are people who lost their heritage, their intellectual sovereignty, their cultural autonomy. So there is this feeling of well-being which is related to language reclamation.
It's an overwhelming experience because having my mother lose her language and now me being part of that rebuilding and revival of that language is an emotional thing. So I'm proud to be part of it, and hopefully I can do my mother and my ancestors proud.